Hi guys, this is Doug from GPDT. We're going to go over some steel options for your range. You can do a do-it-yourself type situation like you have here, or if you want to go spend a little bit more money, you can get a great package put together. That's going to be your stand, your mounting bracket, your base, and the steel itself. Alright guys, so basically this is your run-of-the-mill do-it-yourself range. You got AR 500 steel or 550 steel just hung up on some chains with carriage bolts. That's basically the best way to do it if you're just gonna throw some stuff together. Obviously we've really jerry-rigged this one and I don't expect it to hold up forever, but the good news about that is there's a ton of solutions out there, and H.I.T.S Targets offers a great solution for it. So probably the most important part about shooting steel is going to be safety. A lot of stuff can go wrong with these, and you really don't want to be on the receiving end of spall moving at thousands of feet per second. Or, you know, if you're shooting steel core, stuff like that, it can get pretty hairy pretty quick. So you always have to have your proper offset in terms of distance. Another key piece you want to pay attention to is exactly how your steel is mounted. We have it hanging here on steel, steel chains that are doing a very good job. They've taken a few hits here and there. We've got some that are completely broken, some that are nicked. Biggest and most important piece though is that when steel hits it, it has some give. As you can see, there's been a trench dug basically by all the spalling that we've shot at it. Even though we have some carriage bolts that have been shot out in a few places or taken direct hits, you can see on some of these they've been shot. They'll still hold up. All we have holding it is a washer, a crush washer behind that, and just a regular old wrench it into place lug nut, and then your carriage bolts. Up here we've just got some hooks that we spun into a 4x4. Have these new steel targets that we're just going to shoot the heck out of with various calibers of what we have available. Let's go take a look at the mounting bracket and how everything's going to lock up, and show you guys how safe this target is and how easy it is to install and move around. Alright, so the reason why I like this steel the best is the welds are really solid. The mounting bracket system is extremely easy to use. It's basically just the weight of the steel that's holding it onto the 2x4. Only weak point on the whole thing is the carriage bolts. That's obviously going to happen. I don't care how you mount your stuff. If you're going to use carriage bolts, that's your weak link. That's not an issue. That's a couple cent part from the hardware store. You shove it in there, lock a crush washer on the back, tighten it up, you're ready to go. The part that always ruins steel and ruins the experience for shooters is not having this good safe action of the steel being able to sway and swing when a bullet hits it, and these welds cracking. These welds have held up flawlessly. The prototype target that we had out here for months was beat to heck. Thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds. I mean, I think we went through 10 different sets of carriage bolts because we shot them out. That's how many rounds we shot at this thing. And it still held up. All the steel, all the welds held up great. I cannot say anything better about this part here. This is the part that makes the steel what it's worth, and why I choose H.I.T.S Targets over any other brand. Alright, so these steel targets from HITStargets.com have been performing very well. We've hit it with everything from 300 Win Mag, 458 Win Mag, 308, 7.62 by 3.9, 5.45, 5.56. The sky's the limit with these. We've even hit them with 30-06 as well. What can I say about them other than they perform great? I've not had any real dimpling, except for some very close-up 62 grain penetrators. Probably not the best idea. Alright guys, here we are with my trusty Glock 19 MOS. We're going to run about 30 rounds of ZQI NATO spec 115 grain full metal jacket through it. Just going to dump this magazine and burn the target down so you guys can see how it reacts to 115 grain rounds hitting it about roughly 10 yards away. Flawless. I like it. Alright guys, we're going to be shooting some ZQI out of the new Daniel Defense 32 round magazines at 100 yards. Our H.I.T.S Targets steel out of my 11.5-inch Adams arms. Let's hear what it sounds like in here. Pretty nice. All right guys, we're gonna be shooting at the H.I.T.S target steel at 100 yards. Got my Adams Arms 16.5-inch core rifle. See what it sounds like. I like it. You can hear that steel ringing. You know you're making good hits. Now we're going to hit those H.I.T.S targets from 100 yards with my 7.62 by 3.9 Rifle Dynamics AK I built in a builder class 2 years ago. This thing's got 40,000 rounds through it and it's still rocking and rolling. See what we can do at 300. Well, that's pretty awesome. Thing's still accurate as ever, 40,000 rounds later. I shot it a few weeks ago, still holding M108, so out here, obviously, it's still making great hits. Can't say anything better about the Rifle Dynamics. Pretty nice.